Hey, look at that, it's 8 o'clock. Hey, everybody. We'll give it a moment and let a few of our anglers join us, and then we will start our captain's meeting for our Shenandoah River tournament. Make sure as you're coming on, you say hi in the chat. I don't have a way of seeing who's here unless you say hi to me. So that way I can see that you were here. Hey, Mike. Hey, Kevin. Hi, Zach. Hey, Chris. Hey, Troy. Chris Riley. He's blessed to fish. Look, I got a new one today. Y'all, Chris Riley is in our new Facebook group. So if you didn't have a chance to say hi to him, he's in there. There's Jamie. Hey. Chris, I hope you're excited to fish with us this weekend. We're excited to have you. I mean, I'm excited to have the rest of you too. I love y'all. But Chris is new. It's 8:01. We might still have a couple of people join us. And if they do, that's great. If you're joining us late, just go ahead and pop in and say hello. But we're going to go ahead and get started so I can be respectful of your time today. Hello, Rob Morgan. So first, as we always do, we want to start with thanking our sponsors because we wouldn't be able to provide this great series for you and some of the great prizes that we can provide for you without them. So we want to thank Bixby Motors, Yak Attack, K9 Fishing, Tourney Tag, Drop Zone Tackle, Hobie Eyewear, and our title sponsor, Journey Outdoors, who does such amazing things for us and is also providing a kayak that we will be able to give away to our Angler of the Year award winner next month when we have our championship. I do hope that you watched the video that I put out yesterday, day before. I don't know, all the days are running together. Anyway, but I did put a video together about specifically our point standings and then also the championship weekend that we have coming up in September, just trying to make sure that it's clear for everybody. If you still have questions after you watch that video, please don't hesitate to let me know. So for tomorrow, our tournament is on the Shenandoah River. HQ for that tournament is at the Shenandoah Landing and River Park. If you don't know where that is, we did put the address in the description on TourneyX of this tournament. And then your boundaries are anything on the river that is within 25 miles of that park. So I actually I looked at the map, and that's actually a lot of space to fish. So you guys should be able to spread out. Earliest launch is 6 a.m. and lines in are at 6:30. Lines out at 2:30, and all of your photos have to be submitted by 3:30 at the very latest. Anything submitted after 3:30 will not be accepted. Now, with your boundaries, I want to remind you that only public boat launches may be used. And we had, in looking at this river, it appears that there may be a dam or two in there, and we've done some research on it. And at least one of those dams does have actual DWR instructions and kind of a passage around that dam. So our rules actually state specifically, they say that if there's a dam in the way, that you're not allowed to portage around or across it or whatever, that water's ineligible. However, it says that I'm able to specifically for a tournament make a determination on that. So for this tournament specifically, I'm telling you that if there is a dam in the area of the river where you are fishing and DWR has provided a legal way that you do not have to cross restricted or private property in order to portage around it, you may do so. You may portage around the dam in order to fish. If there is restricted property, private property, or DWR has not provided a way to portage around that dam, then you have to take out and put back in, again, only on public launch areas. Okay? Hope that's clear to everybody. If you have any questions about that, let me know. For those of you who are new, just to make sure that everybody's on the same page, this is a catch board, and this is the bump board that we use exclusively for our tournament. So this is the one that you need. It doesn't necessarily have to be this color, but it does have to be this brand, and Catch actually makes several different ones. They also have a metal one, but it has to be the Catch brand board, okay? And so do make sure that when you submit your photos that I can clearly see the number lines. Oh, that's upside down, sorry. That I can clearly see the number lines. It's still backwards to me, so whatever. to see how long your fish is. So what I ask you to do is, if your fish is 14 inches long and you have one of those tag holders, please push that down just a little bit further so that I can see at least 1 full inch worth of markings after the length of the fish, so that I can easily tell how long your fish is. Sometimes y'all get it wrong and you short yourself, and I go in and fix that for you because I want to make sure that it's right. But you got to make sure that I can see the numbers so that I can do that for you. Okay. Let's see here. What else? Oh, and then you also have to use this KBF, Kayak Bass Fishing, it's very bright, identifier card. Now, this is just printed on paper. There's a link to them also in our rules on the website, and I might have even put a link in the Tourney X description. I figured out how to do all kinds of neat stuff in Tourney X this time, y'all. Anyway, when you print them, they print a whole sheet of paper. You can just cut one out. You don't have to keep the whole sheet of paper. And let me just tell you, if you don't have one of those fancy pants, hey, Adam, if you don't have one of those fancy pants holders that a lot of the people do, here's what you do. Ready? This is magic. You're going to write your identifier number on it in one or more of the boxes. It only has to be in one, okay? But if you want to fill up the card, you just go right on ahead. Bless your heart. And so you're going to take this. You're going to get yourself a Ziploc bag. And you're going to put it in the Ziploc bag, and you close that sucker up. And now, if it gets wet and it gets fish juice on it, I can still read it. Isn't that a great idea? So if you don't have one of those fancy pants holders, that's what you do. Okay? Just so you know. All right. Who is texting me? Okay. Let's see. A couple reminders about our fish photos. Make sure that your hand can be over the body of the fish. It cannot be on the tail at all, and it cannot be in the gill plate. So, try to get their gill to close if you got to put your hand there. Sometimes, our minimum length is 8 inches. Sometimes y'all's hands are wider than that. So just be real careful. Sometimes you just might need a couple fingers. And for those of you who are new and maybe haven't ever fished a tournament before, haven't had to try to get a fish to lay still on a bunk board long enough for you to take a picture and it doesn't jump off, one of the things that a lot of our folks recommend is getting you some of those clipper things. My brain stopped working. What are those things called? They're little clamps. And then you can hook it on, and then the fish can kind of swim next to the boat and kind of calm down a little bit while you're getting yourself and your board and all your stuff situated, right? And then it's had a chance to relax, and then it's more likely to lay on the board nicely, close its mouth for you, and be still for a minute so that you can take its picture, okay? Do remember that the mouth must be closed and the mouth must be touching the end, or what we call the fence of this board. It has to be touching. And if it looks to me like the mouth is more than 1/4 inch open, then I deduct 1 inch from the total length of your fish, okay? Let's see. Your photo should also be from above, looking straight down as much as possible. And I realize for some of you that's a little complicated. However, you have to situate yourself. If you have to get yourself out of your kayak or whatever, the kayak still has to be in the background, but you don't have to be in the background. I see a lot of feet in these pictures. I know what all your feet and your shoes look like. So I see a lot of that. But the more straight down you are, the better off we are, because we can correctly, accurately judge your fish. Donkey leash, that's what Troy calls it. Thanks, Troy. Let's see. We are still allowing all species of black bass. I'm not going to be particular about that. A lot of folks, we've realized, can't tell the difference between an Alabama bass and a largemouth bass or a spotted bass or whatever, and it doesn't really matter. So as long as it's not a striper and it's not a weird one that we don't have here in Virginia, because then I'll know you brought it from somewhere else. Otherwise, you're fine. Please do make sure that you check in and out. I don't know, and Chris may be able to tell us whether we are likely to have any signal up there where some of you guys are going to be putting in. And so I realize if you don't have signal, it's hard to check in. Sometimes you can text me to tell me that you're checking in when you can't get the app to load and say that you're checking in, and that's okay. It's just a way of me knowing that you're there and that you're on the water. And then when you leave, I need you to let me know you're off the water. So you can either check out in the app if it's working for you at that time, or you can text me, send me a Facebook message, whatever it is. I just want to know that you're okay. You made it off the water, because some of these guys can tell you if you don't check out and I haven't heard from you, I will hit you up. I did that to Adam last week. I will make sure that I know that you're okay. And I will start texting your family members if I still don't hear from you, because I'll start to freak out. My little mama thing comes out and I'm gonna mom y'all to death. So just make sure you check in with mama. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see what else I have. Please do make sure, especially those of you who are new to us, that you have read the rules that are found on the BassCast.com. They are also attached to the Tourney X event page. You can go directly to the rules from there and figure out how to upload them directly to the page. So please do make sure that you have read, are very familiar with the rules, especially around locations and things like that. Kevin says there's good signal at each of the ramps, the public ramps where you guys will be putting in. So you should be good. You can submit fish throughout the day. You don't have to wait until the end. Do know that about an hour before the end of the tournament, I will turn the online standings off. So there's a little bit of a surprise at the end. So if you do have to wait to submit your fish, that's okay. Just make sure then you've left yourself enough time by the time you get out of the water, you load everything up and all of that to have submitted all of your fish by 3:30. We are still going to be having an awards ceremony back there at the park. So when you're done, if you intend to come to the park, but where you have ended up is a full 25 miles up or down the river, and it's going to take you a little while to get back, just let me know. We can wait for you. Not a big deal. Just let me know what time you think you'll be joining us so that we can just kind of hang out and have a good chat with everybody while we wait for you to get there, okay? Of course, I do need to know that you watch this video. All of you guys who have already commented here are good, because I know who all of you are, and I appreciate that. If you are watching the recording of this video, I need you to comment on the post. Hi, Victor. I need you to comment on the post on the website or on Facebook, or you can send me a message, whatever. I need to know that you watched it, because it is mandatory viewing. Not because I want you to have to stare at my beautiful face and listen to me ramble on for 20 minutes, but because it's very important that everybody's on the same page and everybody understands the rules, right? Right. Okay. If you have any problems or you need any help, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I can assure you that when you launch your boat at 6 a.m., I'm not going to be available. Sorry. But I'll be available around 7:30. So as long as you're not having an emergency, and in that case, call 3 times and it'll override do not disturb on my phone, okay? Otherwise, you can text me, you can Facebook message me, you can email BassCast Kayak, I almost forgot it, at gmail.com, or send me a text message at 434-515-1194 and let me know that you need some help or that you have a question, all right? Guys, we are here to have a good time, and that is really what this tournament series is about. And I hope that all of you have a wonderful day. You enjoy the time that you get to spend with your fellow anglers, and even helping some other folks and new people get acclimated to the sport of tournament kayak fishing. And that's really what we're about here. It's a big family, and we welcome all of you who are new to our family, and we really hope that you enjoy yourselves. Please stay safe. Don't forget to wear your life jacket. It's very important. It's also in the rules. And be careful out there. Good luck to all of you.